Hey, what's going on, you guys? It's me, Mc-Lovin9000. Here's why I'm making this video right here. My English teacher, Mr. Caraher. Now, great teacher. Has his own podcast even. The Real Marathon Podcast. Beautiful movie review podcast. Great teacher. He wants me to record myself reading this paper. Now, it is late. It's late, all right? It's freaking late. But hey, I'm making movies, right? I'm writing scripts. I'm busy, all right, Mr. Caraher? But hey, I understand English might need to be passed to graduate, but whatever. I'm doing it here, so this is for you, Mr. Caraher. Now, yes, it's me, Mc-Lovin. You might see Gabe in your classroom, but who do you think writes this stuff? I mean, come on. Here is the paper. I'm reading it, recording of it right here. All right. Imagine a world in which America never made it to the moon. Imagine if on 20th of July, 1969, Commander Neil Armstrong, Command Module Pilot Michael Collins, and Lunar Module Pilot Edwin Buzz Aldrin would have never made it that fateful step. Imagine if our country didn't win the most important race in the history of the world. Although some believe we as a country made it to the moon on that fateful night, there is reasonable doubt to say otherwise. That being due to the raw power of conspiracy theories. This is so because of three reasons. The first being how conspiracies cause a plethora of circumstances. Second is how important the moon landing was to America. And third is about how something like this was accomplished and how it can be done again. Conspiracies can cause a many number of things to happen. They hold a great power in our society today. This hold on Americans is able to completely twist people's views and ideals. When America's views are twisted, it is a proven fact that a lot of different possibilities can occur. Conspiracy theories are impactful because of the hold they have on Americans, their ability to spread. For example, according to Opposing Viewpoints' public opinion poll on whether the government faked the Apollo moon landing, 1995 and 1999, it shows a snippet of an old newspaper showing how the deficit of Americans' viewpoints, almost 35% of people did not believe we made it to the moon. This here shows the widespread of conspiracies even back in the 90s. Another example, found in Opposing Viewpoints: Flat Earth, Illuminati, and fake moon landing. Are conspiracy theories videos hurting YouTube? It goes on to explain how YouTubers are able to make these said conspiracies and use them as clickbait for viewers into giving them a false profit. This shows the dark fact that virtually anybody can grasp the power of these theories and turn them into a cheap profit at the cost of Americans' viewpoints. Gets me emotional. I'm such a good frickin' writer, but that's not the point. Oh, I'm such a good writer. Okay. Another example on the impact of conspiracy theories can be found in HBO's documentary, This Place Rules, a film about the events leading up to the January 6th. In the film, a very well-known manager of these said theories Alex Jones lit the fire underneath the American people, which almost directly caused the January 6th attack. The fourth example can be discovered in Alex Jones's canceled internet show, InfoWars. Alex himself is an extremely infamous figure in the conspiracy theory genre itself. He alone has spread countless theories to the American public, and that widespread he has been able to twist a countless number of Americans' viewpoints. The fifth and final example on how conspiracies can cause many things to occur can be located in HBO's Q, Into the Storm, a documentary film about conspiracy theories that have grown in scope and political significance, chronicling its evolution in real time and revealing how Q uses information warfare to game the internet. This shows how a simple internet chat can infiltrate into not only content, but politics itself. The moon landing itself was one of the most important moments in American history. The space race will go down in infamy as a great victory for the United States. The one true fact about all of it is that, real or faked, it still had a true impact nonetheless. Real or fake, the moon landing impacted America, for better or for worse. The very first example can be found from Smith Matthew, ADHD, How Race for the Moon Revealed America's First Hyperactive Children. This article explains how the race to the moon exposed the first people who had the mental issue of ADHD. It also explains if the moon landing never took place, mental issues would have been discovered much later. This shows how the moon landing affected Americans and even discovered the very few with ADHD. Another example can be located in Ryan Elsey, America Observes 50th Anniversary of Historic Moon Landing with elaborate events. This article explains how people are still celebrating the prolific Apollo 11 moon landing and how there are museums and many other things to celebrate America's achievement. This shows how, even after 50 years, it still plays a very important role for the lives of some Americans. A third example can be discovered in the countless space films out to date. Hidden Figures, Apollo 13, Apollo 11. These films are a testament to America's achievements in space travel. This shows that films with this triumphant space vibe sell hard, and that fake or not, people are able to profit off these films. Another example can be found in the article Political Significance of the Moon Landings. This article goes on to explain how the moon landings re-established the U.S. and it led to what would continue to grow over the coming decades until the final collapse of the Soviet Union in 1991. This shows how if it wasn't for the moon landing, the Soviet Union might have had a chance to overcome in the Cold War. One last example showing how the moon landing impacted America, real or faked, can be seen in the article Space Spinoffs. The technology to reach the moon was put to use back on Earth. This article expresses how the moon landing spurred a technical revolution at the time and goes on to list a plethora of inventions we wouldn't have if it wasn't for the moon landing. Real or faked, it still caused many revolutionary events to occur. Besides the power of conspiracy theories, and besides the impact the landing had on America, the main question is, how was the nationwide conspiracy able to be pulled off? For a nationwide conspiracy to be actually pulled off takes a lot of coincidence to coincide. The first example can be located in 1.82 million. New York Times Upfront, Volume 152, Number 2, 16 September 2019, page 4. This article explains important and interesting details about the moon landing video itself. It goes on of the true shadiness of the whole operation. It was also a testament on how rich elites have more control than the average Joe. Another example can be found on a YouTube video. Was the moon landing faked? Mythbusters. In this video, they go on to debunk the lightning plot holes in the NASA pictures. The lighting plot holes in the NASA pictures. This shows how they twist famous people to benefit the drowning of a conspiracy theory communities. The third example can be found in the YouTube video Stanley Kubrick and the Moon Landing. In this video, Joe Rogan goes on to talk about the conspiracy theories, about how Stanley Kubrick himself might have had a hand in crafting the moon landing videos. This shows that even other high-class people like Joe Rogan are curious about the video. The second to last example can be found in the YouTube video. Was the moon landing faked? Neil deGrasse Tyson. Big questions. The beginning of the video goes on to explain how it's impossible for the moon landing to be faked. This shows that even the most popular scientists are in on the conspiracy theory, and that Neil deGrasse Tyson himself is spreading the dreadful propaganda. This also presents the idea that even popular figures can be twisted to make Americans believe a certain thing due to a certain trust. The final example can be found in the film Operation Avalanche. This is a film about two CIA operatives hiding as a documentary filmmakers trying to weed out communists within NASA. After digging, they find out that the moon landing is being faked. This is a fictional film, but within this film, there's still one truth to it. Whether it's real or fake, the theory of the landing was still able to thrive and live. And that proves that it can be replicated and even become more powerful than ever. In conclusion, these theories will continue to live on throughout all of American history. Due to the raw power of conspiracy theories, America will continue to be vulnerable on a nationwide public knowledge scale. This is so because of three reasons. The first being how conspiracy caused a plethora of circumstances. Second is how important the moon landing was to America. And third is all about how something like this was accomplished and how it can be easily replicated and be done again. The main point of this essay was to simply make you think. Think about how the American public views information. Think about how we as a country are able to be manipulated and with simple articles. Think about the moon landing itself and how it just may be the greatest Stanley Kubrick film of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Caraher, there you go. It's written. It's done. I'm tweaking it. The final tweaks. All right? And then I'll send this to Gabe and he'll give it to you. All right? But hey, now you know who's really running this show. Now you know who's really writing this stuff. And now you know who's really in charge. That's about it. See ya.